Well, hello everyone. I am back today to talk about a new released horror film that I've been very excited to check out since I heard some people on the internet discussing it. And this movie really took me by surprise, and I'm very much looking forward to talking about it today. And the film I'm going to be discussing is Huesera, the Bone Woman. Huesera, the Bone Woman is directed by Michelle Garza Cervera. Valeria's joy at becoming a first-time mother is quickly taken away when she's cursed by a sinister entity. As danger closes in, she's forced deeper into a chilling world of dark magic that threatens to consume her. So I really had no idea what to expect when I watched this movie. I hadn't even seen a trailer. I've just seen advertisements for it on the internet and a couple of comments about how great it was, and this movie was fantastic. Definitely not at all what I expected it to be. So you're introduced to our lead character, Val, who and her husband are trying to have a baby. And she works with her hands, she's a carpenter, she builds a lot of things, and we're shown their relationship at the beginning of the film, and it's on the surface very normal. They seem to be very happy together. They want to have this child, and so she gets pregnant, and they start doing things to get ready for the baby. And you're introduced to her family, and her family has a very weird dynamic. You can tell the relationship between her and her sister is very broken. Even the relationship between her and her parents doesn't seem very normal. And then we're revealed information about her past when she was a kid, about her sexuality and her identity, and how this period in her life is very different than who she was when she was younger. And was this a transformation because she wanted it to be, or because she felt pressured into having to live this very specific life? So you have all of those things going on, and when she gets pregnant, she starts being haunted by this weird creature that looks like a woman but that can contort herself, and it makes all these really gross bone cracking noises. And the film is her being haunted by this presence, how it is affecting her day-to-day life, and what she's going to try to do to stop it. So this movie, like I said, is phenomenal. And one of the reasons for that is a reason why I love these types of movies anyway, is that it's looking at real life trauma and adding an underlying horror element to make that trauma elevated. So you look at something like a woman going through pregnancy. It's difficult enough as it is to carry a child inside of you for 9 months and live a normal life with all the mood swings and the emotions that you feel, changing in your hormones, all of the things that occur. And this film really showcases how the people around her, especially when she starts being haunted by this entity and things start getting more severe, they don't believe her. They don't support her. They're just immediately like, oh, you're crazy, or it's just because your hormones are going nuts. And there's all of these different things that the horror elements elevate to make you feel a lot more of an impact for her. And then when you start to understand her and her husband's relationship and her sexual identity and things like that, you realize just how torn she is about all of these elements in her life and whether this is the life she actually wants to live. And it was so beautifully handled. Each part of this film, I feel like, really juggles its subject matter to where nothing is left unexplored. Every single theme and idea that this movie wants to convey handles it so perfectly well, to where it just really blew my mind. The third act, the very last shot of this film, was not at all what I expected it to be, which is great. I love when films can take you by surprise like that. And this movie has phenomenal performances from top to bottom. Every character in this film is so fantastic. It all feels very naturalistic and real. And that's what I really liked about this movie. I also liked the incorporation of her very like punk aesthetic when she was a kid. There's a scene where she goes to this like underground punk show, which feels like a lot of concerts that I went to when I was a young kid. And so that element of the movie was really cool as well. There's some really cool shots in this film that are shocking. There was one scene in particular that I was watching this on my computer, and I almost threw my computer across the room because it scared me so much and caught me off guard. And it's not even necessarily that they're jump scared. The way things are placed in the frame and the sounds of bones cracking in this movie is just some of the most visceral, jarring, horrifying noises that I've ever heard in my life, to where I don't think I'm going to be able to purge that from my mind for quite some time. It was very horrifying, and I appreciate that. And this movie is phenomenal, and I think you'll really appreciate it if you get the chance to watch it. So have you seen Huesera, the Bone Woman? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this movie was fantastic. Really took me by surprise, and I think you'll really enjoy it too. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.